Look at this. We have reached the Temple Mount video. The Temple Mount is also known as Mount Moriah, and then you can translate this concept into Lakota since it's a hot topic no matter what. The first thing to notice about this video, you can see this is on a hill. If you look to the left, bam, you can see the form of that hill. This is where originally Abraham was going to sacrifice his son Isaac because Jesus commanded him to test his faith, sacrifice your son. But Abraham knew that God would bless his son because that was his promise. So no matter whether he killed his son or not, he knew Jesus had the power to raise his son Isaac back from the dead. That mountain right there, Mount Moriah, is where that happened. The angel caught Abraham's hand, and the angel didn't let Abraham sacrifice his son. Then the Palestinians conquered this land. They're called Jebusites, Palestinians, Muslims. They started the threshing floor of Araunah because Araunah is the name of the individual who owned previously the threshing floor there. He built it. I'm not sure if he built it, but it was under Araunah's control when King David came in. King David, the Jew, came in and purchased the threshing floor of Araunah for 50 shekels of silver. So he purchased Mount Moriah, he purchased the property, the building where their threshing floor was, and he purchased the ox that were used to thresh, because the ox would tread on the wheat, and then they'd separate the chaff from the wheat so they could just harvest the grain. And then now we can translate threshing floor of Araunah, since it's easy to translate Mount Moriah. It's Har Moriah, because Har is rugged with mountains and trees, and then kind of like Black Hills, Har Sapa. So you can say Har Moriah. But then if you want to also say that King David purchased this threshing floor, let's start with Araunah, aguyapi-su, because aguyapi is the corn, kind of the same thing as wheat. And then that it's a cereal and it's a crop and it's grain. But the process of an ox beast treading out the corn, you can translate the ox beast as Waniyaњpi. That treadeth out, Waniyaњpi wang, aguyapi-su, niċiyukpań. You'd end the sentence with gi, the, and then treading out would be something like niċiyukpań. Then you can also say that is a translation for the threshing floor of Araunah. The floor would be owija. Owija Araunah, aguyapi-su, niċiyukpań. That is the threshing floor of Araunah, which David purchased. Israel owns the Temple Mount, and then that is why it's contested. There's the Dome of the Holy Rock is the building there with the dome, the golden dome, and this is the site where Israel plans to build their third temple. In the first temple area, when the Jews first came into Israel over the dry land, Jesus dried up the Jordan River. They conquered Jericho, the first city. Then they came in, built their first temple. That one was destroyed. The second temple they built on Mount Moriah, that one was also destroyed. So now, this is the current state of Mount Moriah, the threshing floor of Araunah, where Abraham was going to sacrifice his son. The Jews plan to build their third Jewish temple on Mount Moriah, and then it's going to be under a sharing arrangement. So this Dome of the Holy Rock is going to be there, and then or some form of a temple that is owned by the Jebusites or the Palestinians or the Muslims, and then also there's going to be a Jewish temple next to it on this Mount Moriah.